Sam, if you could just, is that on? Let's see. Here we go. It's like small. Hey Sam, no?
I hear you, but I don't know if the people on the
I think
internet.
the room will pick it up. It's okay. Go for it.
Okay, if you could just start with your thoughts on the match.
Yeah, I think us coming back together as a group after an international break is always challenging. Like there's just a lot of chaos and movement. You know, everybody kind of like just got back yesterday, so there's a ton of fatigue within the group as well. I think we dominated, but we were just missing like that final piece, a little bit of our bite, a little bit of just like our identity. I still think we have a ton to be proud of. We know we have to sharpen some things up, but I think it's a good lesson for us at a good point in the season. So credit to Houston, like they played well, great finish. So yeah, I think there were some good things, obviously some not so good things, but we're just gonna take it, grow with it, and learn from tonight.
And then you were kind of shutting stuff down centrally, and then Houston kind of was moving more to the wings. What did you guys kind of talk about at halftime as far as like making adjustments?
Yeah, they were definitely like overloading like both sides of me. So the inside pocket, which was making it really hard for our 8 and 10 to kind of get across, but then to also like apply pressure, but be aware of what was behind them. But ultimately, like we were less focused on what they were doing and us just like being us, being front-footed, being dominant in our press and our hunt. Like we don't have situations where we have to defend and organize like in mid-block if we are winning the ball higher up the field. So we definitely, you know, we had some adjustments and things we wanted to do there. But ultimately it all came back to just being who we are and our team identity.
And then, sorry, one last one. Go ahead. You guys have now multiple games coming up, right, with Challenge Cup midweek and another NWSL match. How do you kind of take the stuff from this game and quickly kind of adjust for the upcoming matches?
Yeah, I think it's a quick turnaround. You know, between like Challenge Cup and then League, like it can get a little overwhelming. I think a huge focus for us is just like living and playing one day at a time. Like tonight, our focus was tonight. We're not worried about tomorrow. We're not worried about San Diego. We're just like, we are where our feet are, and tomorrow we're going to be where our feet are, and then Sunday when we come back and re-enter, like we're just focused on recovery, what we can do, taking care of everything we need to, the details. But it's easy in, you know, a season with so many games to just like get ahead of yourself and think like, oh my gosh, like we have this many coming up and travel, all this, like we just need to come back to now and focus on taking care of the details in the moment.
Hey Sam, what was it like wearing those kits for the first time?
Oh, I love them. I think they're so cool. I literally looked around at everybody in the locker room. I was like, we look good. Yeah, obviously it stinks not to get the win in them, but I think they're so unique. I think they're very us. I think we're just undeniably, unapologetically Portland. So I'm a big fan. I had fun playing in them.
Yeah, and then what was it like having Olivia start with you and Crystal in midfield today?
Yeah, obviously some movement there between, you know, like the international break and different players filling in. I thought our midfield did a really good job though. I think a huge piece for us has been just communication, like constant over communicating. Like no communication is bad communication. And I thought the group did a really great job of that, solving problems. Houston's a really good team. Like they presented us with different challenges we haven't seen yet. And I think, you know, Liv, especially coming in, having not started a game yet this year, just did great and fed into that and yeah, held it down and was great, especially on the ball going forward.
Hey Sam, talk about what the international break and what you did, not just you but your teammates, how Mike and the team kind of used that time.
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, Mike kind of before the game was like, we didn't have a break. Like there was no break. We didn't take our foot off the gas. We've been going this whole time. I think for that was a really intentional focus through those 2 weeks was like, this isn't, you know, obviously this is a good chance for us to recover, like take a breath, but we're getting after it. You know, we have more time to work on certain things that we want to both individually as a team. And so I think we just, we really took advantage of that time to the best of our ability. It gave us a little bit more of an opportunity to actually practice, which you don't always get in the middle of the season with a lot of games. You know, obviously we wish that could have paid off a little bit more tonight, but I think you could even see some of the things that we were working on in that break. And I think more than anything, the mindset of the players showing up every day here during those 14 days was amazing. It wasn't, half our team's gone, so this is a chance for us to just relax and not care. Like we were energized, more energized than ever, and just getting after it every single day, taking care of what we needed to. So I think we really utilized that time well.
Any other questions in the room? Rocky?
Hey Sam, congrats on the point. So I kind of like the, I'm kind of a fresh eye on this whole watching the Thorns thing. One thing I was really impressed with was like the composure. You guys were, not getting balls bounced your way off the crossbar a few times. Like how do you guys keep yourselves together and keep focused?
Yeah, I think it's obviously frustrating when we're dominating a game, like off the post, off the crossbar, we're right there. Like some of it's just so unfortunate, and you can't do anything about that. That those ones didn't go our way tonight. And I think again, like I alluded to earlier, we were just missing kind of that extra piece, that like dagger, that we usually have. But again, like I said earlier, I think even in those moments of frustration, like you saw us in the 93rd minute, like we're not wasting time, we're pushing. We wanna win every single game. If we're down one, if we're tied, if we're down however many goals, like we're gonna push to win, because that's our identity. We're winners, we're champions. We want to win every single game that we play. So whether there's 30 seconds on the clock or whatever the circumstances are, I think us coming back to who we are as a team and our core identity, which is something that the culture of this team is like founded upon, is super important. And I think we lost a bit of that, in moments in the first half, even at some points in the second. And so reminding each other just to like come back to who we are as the Thorns, was really key. And I think that's what really kept us going to the final whistle.
All right, we'll take one question from online from Melina Gaspar.
Thank you. Hi, Sam.
Hi.
So speaking a little bit about the opponent, as a defensive midfielder, how hard is it to stop Ebony Salman, Ordóñez, and Maria Sanchez? Thank you.
Yeah, no, they're a handful. They're great, and they have really good chemistry. I think they read each other really well, which is always fun for us as more defensive-minded players. I thought we did a really good job kind of handling their chaos and absorbing their runs and communicating between myself, like midfielders, and the back line, because there was a ton of interchange. They were making line-breaking runs. We had to pass players off to one another, and so that took a lot of communication and just trust in each other. But yeah, I mean, credit to them. They're a handful. They're so talented, and I think they play really, really well together, and they've got some really amazing chemistry. So.
All right, we're gonna wrap it there. Thank you for your time, Sam.
Thanks.